Why would you record
mailbag.
while he's
What's
still
in
in
the
the bathroom?
bag?
You be all right.
All
You should
right,
do it like
guys.
Blue's
There's
This
Clues.
is
segments on the
the
pods every day, B.
Yeah, you ain't
mailbag.
lied about it.
You know what? Screw it. Mailbag.
No one knew
What's
you
in
had
the
an intro.
bag?
That's your
I didn't know
intro
I had
from
an
now
intro
on?
either. Nuh-uh. I was gonna actually try to rap, but I got to work on my
Try it.
rap.
But you had
Go
the
No,
ahead
bars,
then.
though. You had the
let me think.
bars.
Okay.
Hold on. I had it. I ain't got it right now because y'all put me on the spot.
Oh,
I
put it on a beat. Put it on a beat.
ain't got no beats.
Put a beat on. Put a beat
You
on.
got mail.
Oh, real quick before we get into the bag,
Can you delete
Oh,
this?
that's it. Get to the bag.
no. I'm not deleting it.
Candy, that's it. Get to the bag. That's the tag. Get to the bag.
Mailbag, get to the bag.
No, don't say mailbag. No, don't
Yeah,
Why
say
not?
mailbag. Just say get to the bag. 'Cause
It's time to
niggas know
get
it's
to
a
the bag.
mailbag.
there you go.
Yeah,
That's
something
it.
like
That's
that.
the tag. We did a mailbag a couple pods ago, and it was okay. It was. I think people weren't taking it as serious as we would have hoped, but they heard the mailbag and they heard that we were in fact serious, and we got a new round of questions. So, Candy, um, can you introduce the mailbag?
It's time to get to the bag. Are you ready? Because I am.
Oh
How's
shit!
that
All
sound?
right, what we got? I like it.
All
I
right,
like it.
fellas. Are you guys ready to answer these questions?
I'm ready.
Possibly.
All right, here we go.
Why is everybody singing tonight? What is going
Why
on?
aren't you singing?
I don't know though, because I don't like that. I feel like I'm trying to be like a TV show host.
But
It's
you
time
are
to
You
a
get to the
damn
TV
sure
show
bag,
sound like
host.
guys.
it.
Here we go. I'm
Just
assuming
say
that
it.
this question
Just
is for
say it.
me. Say what? It's time to get to the bag. That's what you said? That's what you want me to say?
Yeah,
Guys, so
like a
here's the question.
conversation.
All right, it's time to get to the bag. Here we go. If you have a vice of choice, which is either smoking, drinking, edibles, whatever it is that you choose, what's the wildest situation you've been in while under that influence? I'm going to shoot this one to Shy City.
I prefer to smoke. I've been getting into edibles a lot lately. They're dope. The gummies are dope. All my wild shit is hella young. I don't remember most of the shit. I just enjoy life. So I don't have no wild crazy shit while on drugs or anything of that nature. We just go out. I don't know.
So he doesn't
Next
have one.
person.
AP?
Nah.
I remember the first time I smoked something, and no, I'm lying. It wasn't I smoked. I had an edible, and I was laying in the bed, and I heard sirens and shit, and I was getting paranoid because they kept coming closer, and then I kept looking out the window and shit, like, damn, they coming. They know I ate this edible, and then when they never came, I kept wondering why I kept hearing the sirens. So now I'm thinking somebody had broke in my house, and everything was like it was like impulses. The siren, I couldn't really describe what it was, but the shit felt good as hell. And then like I had a recessed ceiling at my old house, so I'm looking up at the ceiling, and not that it's like stretching or something, but this shit was like it was like the ceiling fan was floating, like it wasn't even hooked up to nothing.
Oh, you were high.
And I was like, that was dope.
All right, and do?
Do story time.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I know it's great. One of my good friends, the one I talk about a lot, I say he's locked up, when he was not locked up one night. The craziest thing about this entire night was this night didn't really pick up to after like 3:00 in the morning, which is crazy because I'm pretty sure the life I was leading at that time, I had a crazy night that night, but it did not pick up to about 3:00 that morning. So I'm driving home like 3:00 in the morning, and like right around the block towards my house, my homeboy's like backyard. You see his backyard in the bend. So like we turn around the corner. And I see this nigga like 3:00 in the morning in his backyard just dancing his ass off. I'm like, what the fuck? So like, you know what I'm saying? I was already drunk as shit, high as hell, but this nigga dancing is like, it caught me off guard. So I pulled the car, I was like, yo, what the fuck going on? He was high as shit on, I don't know what the fuck he was on. But I continued to smoke with this nigga, continue to drink with this nigga. Next thing you know, he got in his wife's car. We started driving. We drove to like some apartment, like way out in the woods, the boondocks, and like 3 niggas came outside. They hopped in the car. He was like, "Yeah, they in the halfway house. They supposed to be home now, but they got work. But we about to go riding." So we go to this abandoned house, like a really fucking nice house. This is the craziest shit I've ever done in my life, yo. We go to this house like way deep out in the woods, like close to where my wife actually lived at. It's before I met my wife, so it's actually out there where she lives at, out deep in Howard County. And it was actually his old weed connect, but the weed connect moved to California or Jersey or some shit. But he abandoned the house, and it was like a really, really nice house. So we're all in there, like it's like 4 or 5 niggas and this dude's wife, and we're all drinking and smoking. And I know where my boy goes, "Let's wreck this bitch." And as soon as he said this shit, like basically he was saying we should all just destroy the house. And it didn't like quite click in till I saw a nigga grab a whole like fucking exercise bike and threw that shit through a chandelier. After that, it was on, yo. It was like complete carnage. We were running through walls and shit. Like it's complete, like the most destructive I've ever been in my life, yo. It was crazy as shit. And like, yo, the whole night was wild. Like, we didn't get into an accident later that night. The police were chasing us and shit. We were in the woods, yo. The whole night was just like a fucking, it was like the hangover for real. Like, really one of the wildest nights of my life, yo.
That sounds like some white teenager type stuff.
Man, I was
That's
just
how I
about to
felt.
say, like
That's
he
how I
he
felt.
sound like them dudes that was partying with old buddy that missing on Unsolved
Yo,
Mysteries.
this nigga was literally one of the wildest niggas that ever fucking walked the face of the earth, yo. This niggas do stupid shit like this all the fucking time, yo. It was like the accident at the end, like the accident was so fucking crazy because like we were driving, like after we like destroyed the house, we were driving through this neighborhood. This nigga was like doing donuts and people's lawns and shit, beeping his
Oh,
horn, like the
screams
sun was
white.
coming up and shit. And then we hit a hill. We were like in midair, like we saw a truck around the car, like around the corner and shit, like the trailer of the truck banged the fucking car, like knocked our whole car into the woods and shit. And mind you, all the niggas that was in the car with us were like from a halfway house. These niggas just got out the car and started sprinting to the woods and shit. So I like the fuck. I started running to the woods. Like I had no idea what the fuck was going on. Like the police were coming by and shit. They had like dogs out and shit. It was so fucking stupid, yo. Like the way we got home was like on some shit that I'm not even gonna say because it's unbelievable. Like, but we really got home on like some real bullshit. Like it didn't even make sense how I got home at night. But
It's crazy that you say
Yeah,
unbelievable. You know
you
why you say
you.
unbelievable? Because you know you like to lie. So I don't even know
people
what
think I be
part.
lying, yo. But you know what? The thing is, yo, I don't even care, yo. But yo, I know what I lived, Joe. I never told this story because this is
Right.
easily one of the most unbelievable stories I've ever told in my life. I'm leaving
Okay.
out hella details because the shit, the whole night was retarded as shit. But if anybody that ever asked, like the most night you most got fucked up and the craziest shit, it was that night. Like everybody that was there, like we all talk about that shit. Like yo, that shit didn't make sense. Like we all look at each other like yo, that whole night didn't make sense, yo. But that was the night.
Yeah, man, you fucking with them dudes Lonzo was partying with, man. I can't, I can't do it, big dog. Can't do. What's the next one?
Well, my advice, since I didn't get to say mine,
Oh, I'm sorry, dear.
um, I would say it's drinking, and which is crazy because I ain't used to be a drinker, but drinking, and I've had whew, countless memories that was just out of control. Uh, but the one I'm gonna say, it's actually two that's sticking out right now that I'm thinking about. Was one was at a New Year's party, and like most times, you know, you had a really good time. If you really don't remember much of what was going on, I mean, you know, you kind of had a really really good time. I don't really remember the actual partying part, but I do remember waking up next to a pit bull and somebody's bra on a Christmas tree. I don't know. I don't know what happened between the time I got there and the time I woke up next to. And I'm telling you, this me and this pit bull was cuddling. Like we were really cuddling. This was my dog. I don't know whose dog it was, but at the moment, this was my dog. So
He's
that's
happy as
one
shit
moment
too.
that stuck out to me. And then there was another moment which I don't know if I'm like putting myself out there. This is not evidence, guys. This happened a long time ago. No details. I got really, really drunk, and my friend was mad, and I took on her problems, and I drove her car to the dude's house and towed some stuff up. Oh man, we towed
Mm.
up, and I think I was so into my rage. I don't know why I was so mad, but I think the reason why I was so mad is because I was drunk. And when I tell you I done did some stuff I would have never thought I've done. So much to the point that they stood on the curb and they were just looking at me with their mouth dropped like she wilding right now. But at the end of the day, I showed his ass. And
Damn
so
straight.
those are two, but I have several. And I'll be on here talking all night if I wanted to, but I'm not. So
You know what?
that is
You can't tell them all, Candy. If you tell everybody all the stories, they're gonna stop
I'm
believing.
not. All right, let's move on. There's a question that I'm not gonna answer because I don't want to. But it says marry, fuck, or kill, do AP or shy. I'm not gonna do that. If you
Sorry.
had to explain what sex feels like in detail to a member of the opposite sex, how would you do it? AP.
Um, come back to me.
Okay, do if you
Like
had to
imagine, like
explain
yeah, imagine like when you opening like cup of pudding, right? Like a second you open it, and instead of using like a spoon, you just stick your whole tongue in the cup, and like it just get real fucking messy, but it's great at the same time. But like imagine like it's not just a cup of pudding, it's like a whole bowl of that shit. And like you wish your tongue was like bigger so you could just put more of your tongue in the bowl. That's what sex is like, you know what I'm saying? It's like that. Like you can't stick your tongue out as far as you can to this bowl of pudding.
Sex is like giving head.
that's what it sounds like. We say your tongue.
All right. Well, the thing about all right, here's the thing is like, all right.
It's like that never ending feeling of satisfaction, like you chasing a high.
Well, the thing is put like this: when you're giving head, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, head can be great. I mean, yo, I've like, you know, I've done my deed, you know what I'm saying? But like sticking your tongue in a bowl of pudding, also like, you know, the sensation on your tongue is much greater than sticking your tongue in a bowl of pussy. You feel me? Like, pussy's great, but it doesn't taste like fucking pudding. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you know
No,
what I'm
I
saying?
don't know what you said. What?
So what I'm saying, pussy's great, but it doesn't taste like pudding. You know what I mean? So like, if you will understand what it feels like for your dick to be in pussy, is like the sensation that it feels is like equivalent to like your tongue in a bowl of pudding. You
My
feel me?
hair. My
Got you. I got you, dude. I understand.
And because you're a woman and you
I
don't
don't.
understand putting your dick in something, but you understand putting your tongue in a bowl of pudding, like that would be great, right? If you didn't care about how messy it was, like if you didn't give a fuck, like put your whole face in the bowl of pudding, stick your tongue all the way out, it was like, oh my gosh, this is great. That's how it feels to fuck some good pussy, yo.
All right. So Shy City, explain sex to an opposite sex.
It's not gonna make sense. I don't think it's a possible question. I would equate it to 2001.
What?
That's what I would equate it to. 2001. 2001 was a dope year for me at least. Super dope. 2001 Chicago.
What
Walking
if it? What if it
with
wasn't a
me.
dope year for her though?
That's not my problem. That's why I told you for me. So
Okay.
it was
But
a
you're
dope year. I
explaining it
mean,
to somebody of the opposite sex. So they're not gonna
hey,
Right,
understand.
right.
It's not
hey,
about you right now.
listen,
It's about the opposite sex.
it was it was good food. It was great weather. It was good music. It was a lot of dope times. Like I wouldn't be able to explain it. Like the best year of my life. So for me, that's what good sex feels like. It feels like the best year of your life. Whatever your best year is,
There you
whatever
go.
the best year of your life is, that's what sex feels like
But how does
in the
that?
span of 30 to 45 minutes.
Or your face in pudding.
No, brother. No, no,
What?
brother.
Okay. So how old were you in 2001?
I was 16 and 17. I was going from my junior year to my senior year in high school.
Oh wow, yeah, that's a
A
that's
lot of dope albums,
that's a good
right?
year. Not 2001 per se, But my year,
But just
16 to 17, was a good year. I wouldn't say it
mhm.
sex feel like, but it was a good year.
That was 98 for me. 98 was a great year.
Sheesh.
How much music came out in '98, dude? How many
Um,
records came out?
Miseducation, Lauren Hill, Hard Knock Life, Volume 2, Flesh of My Flesh,
X.
Blood of My Blood. It was crazy, yo. Great year.
All right, AP.
I'm disappointed in my co-hosts. Um,
Okay.
I'm trying to make sure that, and this is probably why I don't get none because I overcomplicate shit. But are we talking about? So I'm a guy. I'm telling a woman how it would feel in her terms, or just like
What it
because
feels like for
they
you, I guess.
because what's tripping me out is Shy is talking about a feeling, but what that feeling can be associated with fuck yeah,
Emotions.
a bank error to your favor. You know what I'm saying? Or
Right.
somebody just cash apping you $100 out of nowhere.
Nah,
He's like a
that didn't
feeling.
feel like.
I'm thinking like a
Physical.
physical feeling. Like she wants to know what it feel like when you nut or something like that. But y'all niggas talking about some other shit. Y'all niggas talking about bees and flowers and open fields with
No, bro. When I
daisies and
bust a
shit.
nut, it feels like 2001. I feel like a 16-year-old transitioning into a
Nigga,
17-year-old.
and
I
I
feel
jump
like the
in
world is
pussy,
in my
Mm,
palm.
and I jump in
okay.
I'm
pussy like a
sorry.
giant bowl of pudding, yo. I jump in the pussy like a
I
See,
giant
don't
bowl of pudding, face
you
first. That's
don't
a
you
discredit
great
how we feel
explanation.
about the shit, AP.
I'm
Yeah,
not
Damn,
I'm
nigga.
just trying
he
to
gonna say
He
some
feels
understand.
brain
like
I'm
smurf
just
pudding.
trying
shit.
I'm
Say some
trying to
brain smurf
understand.
shit, but
This nigga
niggas
do is hungry.
understand diving into a bowl of
Do is
pudding face
hungry.
first.
He's talking about desserts. And Shy's talking like you answering the very first question about getting high. So y'all confusing me.
Okay, so
My
it's
bad,
the
yo.
physical. I'm assuming it's the
I
physical.
did get high that year, too. I smoked a lot that year. Definitely.
Oh man.
So AP,
Sorry.
how will you describe sex to Candy? Because
What?
Candy doesn't have a penis. Like I'm saying, that's
Mm.
the opposite sex. So
Okay.
explain it
You about to
without
say
making it
warm
like the
apple pie?
greatest year of your life, without being a giant bowl of pudding in AP words.
Mm.
What is sex to the opposite sex? Like explain it. Explain it.
Candy, you ever put your hand in a grab box?
No.
Like
Mm. Don't know where this is going.
like when you put your hand in the bag. You remember that game on The Price is Right where they have to reach in the bag and pull out a number?
Uh huh.
So imagine imagine the hole is smaller than your hand and you gotta try to work your hand in the inside to grab
Okay.
the number, right? So then
Okay.
when you try to pull it out, there's you feeling around in the bag and you're like, oh well, no, this one feel like a winner. So your hand keeps going back and forth, picking out different numbers that you feel like are a member. I mean, are the right number. And then when you finally pull it out, you got the right number in your hand. You won.
Okay.
Every
I
female I know just ran away from the pod. Every female that I know listening
I
just
get it.
ran away. This nigga talking about numbers and putting your hands in some
Oh,
small shit. Nigga, what are you
yo,
talking about?
Listen,
that
He's
sir.
shit,
talking about the physical feeling. I get it.
yo, that shit must be horrible, AP, yo.
It might be.
Damn, bro.
Yo, god damn,
It
yo.
might be.
Hey, we need to start a petition. Better pussy in Louisiana. That's what we need to start a
Yo,
petition for.
I think every person who likes
That's what it is.
can imagine swimming in a pool of pudding with their mouth open
You
and
shut
squeezing
up about
out
this
shit.
goddamn pudding.
That's a great fucking
I feel you,
analogy.
dude.
I
I
don't.
feel you,
I
dude.
Any person who's had a great year, a great awesome year,
A
can
great
understand
year.
having a great year, feeling it all at one moment.
Yep.
This
Yep.
nigga's talking about spreadsheets and digital inputs and shit, like
I
the
told
numbers and
you.
And
the
the price is right.
yo.
Have you ever played The Price is Right, young lady?
Right,
Reach
like
your
I
yo,
hand in the
understand.
box.
Twinkle chicks of the pussy. Like what the fuck?
Okay,
Listen.
so
Candy, Candy, explain it. Yes,
for
please.
me, the best way I can explain it for a woman, and which is crazy because I feel like maybe it may be possible we feel that it's like a feeling that you can't explain. So that's why we can't really explain it. But I think the woman and the male both share that same feeling. It's just that we just don't know how to explain it to you so you can understand, if you get what I'm saying. So for me, I would say the closest thing I can think about it is that morning stretch
Mm.
that feels so good Like it's that morning stretch that feels so good that when it get cut short, you kind of wish it didn't get cut short.
Right.
That's what it is for me. Like it's like the morning stretch, like over and over and over and over, because of course penetration, but it's just that morning stretch each time, and then when it's done, when you're done, it's kind of like, dang, I can't get a little bit more. That's just, I don't know. That's just how I can
So
explain it.
Quick question before we move.
Or
niggas ain't giving you a nut candy. What are you saying right now?
Candy,
Nobody
candy,
took you over the
that's
mountaintop.
it's no, that's not. I've never had that issue. Never had that issue. So,
candy.
and I want to say this too. Just because a girl nuts or comes or whatever you want to say, doesn't mean that they want to stop. That too. Just because they
Candy.
get there, don't mean it's the
Okay,
end. I just want to put that out there. But also,
could be.
I don't know. I've had somebody explain to me. It's kind of like, I don't know if this is. I don't know how y'all feel about this. It's a man, like when y'all really, really, really have to use the restroom, and y'all finally get to use the restroom,
Yeah.
and it feels like really, really good
No,
because you
no,
Yeah.
finally get. Well, that was
no.
explained to me, and I was kind
They
of like,
they
oh, I think I
they
kind of
probably
understand.
no. They probably think a titty feel like a sandbag. We don't take
No,
no
Oh,
advice from
that's
them.
a good analogy. But no, my wife one time, no, Candy, I kept on trying to ask you because my wife one time explained it to me like if you ever like when she was talking about how it feels like for a woman, she was like, have you ever like put like a Q-tip in your ear
oh no, I don't
and
think
she like,
that feels.
you want to push deeper, but like it hurts a little bit, but like you know
All
what I'm
right,
saying?
I'm about to go use the bathroom.
And like I was like,
Pain is
when she
pleasure.
told me like that, I was like, damn. It was like if you put a Q-tip in your ear, it's like you don't want to stab your brain, but at the same time, it's like you know what I'm saying, like the sensation is. So I was like, damn, so that's what it feel like. So I was like,
I
yo,
get the. I get it. I get exactly what you're saying,
Yeah,
because there are people. I have an aunt who loves that Q-tip in the ear feeling. I know a lot of people who
yep.
like that
it was
feeling.
basically saying like it was like
This
it
guy.
was like it's that hurt feeling but feel good at the same time. Shit, I was like,
But I
oh,
can't relate because I don't stick Q-tips deep in my like ear and be trying to dig my brain out. Like I don't
right.
do
You
that.
don't want to. 'Cause it caused damage, but
But it
like
doesn't. It doesn't give me a good feeling either. Like when I do it because I have to do it. Some people can literally just go get a Q-tip because they want to feel that feeling. That's not. I don't get that
Goddamn right.
feeling from that.
right. That's
So,
why you gotta go
but
deep.
I
Like,
do get her analogy. Also, I don't know. Also, this too. Like when you get your hair washed and they start like, well, people who
Mm,
got hair and they start scratching your
mm.
head, and
Yes,
that's a
Lord.
good feeling.
oh yeah, I got.
It's
Yes,
kind of like
Lord.
it
You
don't
fall
feel
asleep in
exactly
that
like
shit.
that, but you get that fit. Oh man, when they scratching you,
I
Who
want to
washing
steal
your
that
hair,
answer,
dude?
Candy.
you can still.
I want to steal that answer. I want that one.
Hell,
That
Go
hair
wash
ahead.
your
washing
do hair.
too.
All right. So yes, that's what sex, according to the You, Me, Him, and Her podcast members, hosts, whatever.
A
That's what we
box,
think.
some pudding.
A a bowl of pudding, year 2001.
Well, the best year of your life.
Oh, the
Because it
best
might
year
not
of
be
your life.
2001.
The Price is Right bag until you pull the right number,
Yep.
and the head scratch from a
Morning
shampoo
stretch.
or that morning
Yeah.
stretch.
I
Y'all
I
ain't
think
never did that
all of those are
morning
good.
stretch and it kind of get cut short, and y'all be like trying
Yeah.
to stretch again to get it again.
I
I'll
get
be
the
doing.
jimmies. Like my legs start shaking. It's like,
Oh yes, that'd be the
oh,
best one when the leg. Oh yeah,
yeah.
that'd be the best. All right.
Yeah.
Um. Okay. So one more question, even though we have several, so we just gonna save these for the next one. The next question is, I don't want. If you had the chance to talk to your 18-year-old self, what would you say? AP, you have to lead this one.
What would I say to my 18-year-old self? Uh, Ashley's okay. You can be seen with her. That's what I tell my 18-year-old self.
Stop hiding it. Stop hiding it.
I would shout out to Ashley, um, wherever you are. You know what? That nigga Sean might have been on to something. That was 2001. Uh,
What I tell you, bro. What I tell you, bro.
that was
What I
2001.
tell you.
Yeah, I would have definitely not been ashamed to be seen with Ashley.
Why
But
were you ashamed to be seen with Ashley?
I ain't know no better. It was just
What did
I
Ashley
didn't.
look like?
Oh, she was straight. She was straight. She was probably like, she's. Now see, we going I don't want this conversation to branch off into the other one we've had on the board like a million times, but she was like a 5 in the face, but like a 9 in the waist. Like she was
Yeah.
stupid built, and she had a nice chocolate girl, man. She was nice, but we didn't fall out or nothing. It was just like I just wish I'd have handled that situation better instead of sitting around campus and acting like I ain't see her. I'd have been like,
Oh,
"What's up?"
so evil.
Yeah, for sure.
All
That's
right,
that.
Shot City. What would you tell your 18-year-old self?
Um, it's all right to forget how to laugh now because you'll find it again later.
Wow, this
Get
shit is
serious.
aggressive.
Really, get serious. Like I don't know. It took me a long time to mature. I forget what Kane made that thread, right? Like, would you want your child talking to your
Yeah.
younger self around that same age, right? And listen, everybody different, right? I know for me, it took a long, long time to mature. Like, I've been a jerk, an asshole, a kid for a very long. So I would have wanted to uh, just take my military career more seriously so that I could reap more of the benefits. And again, at that point, I'd be able to find that laugh again, to be silly again. But I did it backwards. I'm joking way too long than I should have,
Gotcha.
and it affected everything.
And do?
I would lie to myself, yo. Yeah, I really would. I would if I could go back and talk to my 18-year-old self, I would present myself as like a multimillionaire. And I would tell myself like, yo, you're about to go to Philly for college to wrestle. College and wrestling not gonna work out. Try boxing. Just to see what happened, yo. I would let myself think that I'm some multi-millionaire famous boxer, and tell myself at 18, like, yo, give it a try and see what happens. You know what I'm saying? Just to see if I can make it. I think I could have did that shit, you know what I'm saying? If I did that shit when I was 18 years old, when I went to Philly. College didn't work out, wrestling didn't work out. But I think if I started boxing then, it would have worked out. You know what I'm saying? I didn't really start till I was like 28, 29. And like everybody was like trying to get me to get in tournaments and shit then. And I was like, nigga, I'm about to get married. I got killed. No way am I doing that shit. But like if I was 18 years old, I think I might have did something with it. So that's me.
I would tell myself to continue doing, I guess continue doing what you're doing. Cause I'm doing everything I wanted to do now. Of course, at first I was like, maybe I should have told myself, stay on the right path, finish college earlier and all this other stuff. But no, it doesn't matter because I finished college anyway. So keep doing you, boo. You ain't doing nothing wrong.
Oh, I got another one. Got another one. Don't trust Carrie. She's a liar. I would have
Damn.
definitely. I would have. Man, oh, I wasted so much time chasing that girl, man.
I got
I'd have.
99 problems, but sorry.
Oh man, they were all of them. Every last problem I had freshman year. I would definitely tell me watch out for Carrie because Carrie's a liar. Carrie, man, Carrie so many dreams. God damn, I mean, if I was an investment, she'd have probably been richer than Bill Gates, man. I just bought all her stock. She had me nose wide open, and then wasn't even much that cute,
You know what,
Dang.
you
Mm.
AP?
know?
You know what, AP? I
Huh?
100% believe you, yo. I definitely see you as the person that could be nose wide open at 18 years old, yo. That's
Well,
that's
it's not a baby
Bow
in a
ties
drawer,
and all.
but
yeah, I see it. I see it. I 100% see it. Like I can see you at 18 years old. I don't know who Carrie was. I don't know who the other chick was, yo. But I know they put you through the roller coaster, yo. And I mean, and I feel bad for apologizing for them, but you know what I'm saying? It's not your fault, yo.
shout out to Naisha. I love you, girl. Shout out to Naisha, man.
All right, let's just
Like,
answer
oh, this
one more
still
Oh
because
is.
wait,
I
wait,
like
wait, Candy. I want to ask this to the pod, and let's say that question. What's and I'm gonna start it with you, Candy. What's like the dumbest lie for whatever reason that you've ever told, whether it's to get out a speeding ticket, whether it was your mama caught you coming in late, whatever. What was like the dumbest lie you've ever told?
AP. I don't know. I don't know.
Okay,
That's the
I'm gonna come back to you, Shy. What was the dumbest lie you've ever told?
I had 1,001. I think the dumbest lie I think I've ever told. and it's because you in your bag with your exes. I was in Afghanistan, and I had my girl in one of our B huts, and one of my bunkmates came in and had seen her, and me and the dude didn't really like each other that much. And he came in and was like, "Oh, you chilling?" And he left. And I didn't really think too much of it. Like, hey, yo, you got to get out of here because we weren't supposed to have, any co-ed rooms or whatever the case may be. So anyway, back and got the sergeant, and the sergeant came back in. She hid underneath the blanket, not underneath the bed, not underneath the cot, but underneath the blanket. Like you could see her
So
whole
smart.
form underneath the bacon. Right. And so when he came in there, he was like, "Yo, what you doing?" Yada yada yada. And he was like, "Yo, is that somebody in your bed?" And I was like, "Nah. Why would somebody be in my bed?" And he was like,
Wow.
"All right, cool." Kept talking, and then he pulls the cover off of her. Bam, she just got on her BDU top. That's it. And he just looks at me like, "Nigga." That's probably one of the worst lies I think
Yeah.
I've ever told. Just because it was stupid. I didn't really have I should have probably just clean about it, but shit happened.
Mm.
Damn.
Yeah.
She was good.
That was pretty stupid, especially if you could see her. You should have just said yeah at that moment.
Candy, she was 6'1". You couldn't fucking miss it. You couldn't
No,
miss
that's
it.
what I'm saying. You talk about no, you should have just been like, yeah. If he saw her, you can see it, you should have just said yeah.
I thought I was standing, in front of the bed enough to where you couldn't. But he wasn't like looking around
Wait.
me and
You
shit.
was with a chick that was sick. How that work?
I've been with a few chicks that's 6 feet and up.
Oh,
It works
wow.
very well. Go ahead and ask them. I'll send you their
No,
contact
that's
info.
fine.
It went
AP, I
very
mean not
well.
AP dude. What's your dumbest lie? I don't know.
Believe it or not, I'm a very good liar.
We believe
Nigga.
you.
And
Nigga.
I often lie about my emotions, and I don't like to admit
Mm.
that I caught feelings for people. So I've told that lie a million and one times, because I actually do catch feelings pretty quickly, but I never admit to it. And I think the only person who called me on my bullshit was my wife. So, but that was like the lie I tell all the time. And like, I'm very convincing when I tell people I don't really feel anything for them. And most of the people I told that shit to believed it. So she was like, confident in continuing telling that lie. So when the conversation came with my wife and I told her, I didn't really feel anything for her, pretty much is what it is. She called that bullshit. And 12 years later, here we are.
Okay. That's a
That was a good answer.
nice, safe, good lie, dumbest lie. All right. So of course I was going somewhere with this. I've kind of touched on this story a couple of times, uh, off and on throughout the years, but I don't think I've ever told the full version. So me and Not Twice, we were going to a party. Um, goddamn, no, this wasn't 2001. This was 2005 when I moved back home. So we went to this party, and we saw we were like in line, and we see all these chicks that we had graduated from high school with. So now we like 4 years removed or whatever. Hadn't seen a lot of these girls in a long time or whatever. Some of them, looking just like we left them. Take that from what you will. You know what I mean? So some of them was cool. Some of them were, good. Only a couple of them actually increased their stock, but everybody else, pretty much whatever. So we was walking around in the spot, and this chick bumps up to me. She taps me on the shoulder. AP, that you? That you? Now, by this time I had dreads, so I could see how she would be like, that look like him, but that's not him. So I'm like, yeah, what's up? We talking shit, and she telling me, like I asked, like, what's been going on, whatever. And I think she was like, she had gotten this intern with some sports medicine or some shit. I don't know. For all I knew, it was a lie because I knew when nobody in that bitch gonna be doing better than me that night. So whatever she said, I just had to one up her. So she whatever shit she said, whatever. She's like, what you not twice been up to? What you been up to? So I'm like, shit, man. Me and him about to fly out to DC tomorrow to shoot a commercial for Colgate. Oh, for real? Oh, y'all
Wow.
doing it big, huh? I mean, shit. She's like, oh yeah. I said, man, it just kind of happened, fell in our lap. I was just sitting chilling. Somebody walked up to me and asked me if I ever worked in TV before. I told them no, and asked me what I liked to, and I said yeah. So I jotted down the information. Now this was in the era of, like, MySpace and shit, so nobody had a way to, like, fact checking anything. So I told her, we exchanged information, and then they was flying me out and asked me if I had a friend or somebody who wanted to get into TV too. I said him, and bam, we flying out to DC. It's like, oh, that's what's up, y'all. You they looking for anybody else? I say, man, they just hired somebody like right before we came, so it ain't gonna be one of them type of situations. But look, when I get back, we go grab a bite to eat or whatever like that. Oh yeah, yeah, I like that. I like that. So needless to say, once I quote unquote came back from DC being my mama house for the weekend, once I came back, hit up, you know what I'm saying? And it ain't really go nowhere. So I'm glad I lied to her. Cause I ain't want to tell no truth on nobody who was gonna be worth something, I ain't want to waste that. So that was my dumbest lie that I would. Oh, and we ran into her again at another club after the fact. She asked me about the shoot again. I was like, shit, man, they flying us out to Seattle this
Oh my
weekend. I could have
God.
I could have just stopped
This
it and
nigga
been
kept it
like,
going.
yeah, I could have
Flying
stopped it.
everywhere.
Yeah, but I bet you one thing. When she left that party, they be like, "Oh, you seen anybody we went to school with? Yeah, I ran an AP. He shoot commercials for Colgate." I bet you they remember that shit.
Wow.
The
Wow.
commercials that never made it.
Yeah. Oh no, it made it. It just aired out there. I told her it wasn't coming down here. It was a regional thing. So
This
she
nigga.
ain't gonna catch me up slipping. Ha ha. No, you're not.
Oh, so you're a good liar too. So we got two good liars on the
Listen, that was
podcast,
my best one. That was my best one. I'm not
and your
that good at
dumbest one.
it. And my dumbest one. I'm not that good at it. But with that one, I just feel like that was the best dumbest lie I've ever told.
I don't have no. I mean, I'm pretty sure I told some dumb lies, but none that really stick out. I kind of like was on dude like the way his mind was going. The dumbest lie I probably did tell somebody was I love them. And good and goddamn well I didn't.
I never did that
Hmm.
So
shit.
yeah, now you won't catch me do it. I ain't gonna tell you, but yeah, man, listen. After my first relationship, and I was free. I wouldn't say it was a whole phase because I wasn't out here hoeing, but I was out here lying a lot. So,
Shit.
oh, I love you. Oh, I love you. Be
That
lying.
shit's crazy.
I don't
I
love
never
you.
wanted them problems, yo. I never wanted them problems.
But
Yo,
now, no, I honestly, if I don't feel nothing about you, I'm gonna let you know. Oh, I love you. I'll be like, oh, that's cool.
yo, I love shutting people down, yo. That was my shit back in the day. It was sadistic in a way.
Who is your
Can I
favorite
go first?
poster and least favorite poster, and why? You got it, Shot
Can
City.
I go
Let's go.
first? All right. So my least favorite poster. It's not a poster. It's a group of posters.
But shit.
Mm.
listen, listen. I know it's been a while. The IC has been gone for about 3 years, give or take. I understand that's where a lot of us know each other from. I get that. My least favorite fucking poster is anybody that starts off a conversation with, remember the time, yada, yada, yada. Any nigga that I have not talked to in 4 years, instead of just saying, what up, bruh? Hey, site is cool, or hey, I didn't know you was on the site. Any nigga that starts the conversation with, I know you tried to fuck Marley. These niggas can get the fuck out of here, yo. I am just up to my neck in old posters that are stuck on the IC and stuck on the shit that we did on the IC.
So we're saying Mr. BFK.
Nah,
Equally,
nah. I
him,
don't think he's saying.
Deadeye,
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Kane, Cyan, any nigga that I feel like mentions the IC too much. And these my men's. I still have a drink with all of them. But any nigga that's stuck on the IC, that's do at times, that's lurk at times, that's any nigga that on a weekly basis bring up the IC, just let the shit go. It's all right. It's okay. It's okay. You don't have to be that you don't have to be that person and you don't have to reflect on those times. You know what I'm saying? There's a whole rich history of ABW, or get to learn the people that's here. Again, it's been almost 4 years now since most of us have been on the site. Those are my least favorite posters. Anytime I read a post that starts with "Remember the IC," I immediately skip over everything that they're gonna say next because I know I've already heard it. For real, I just I did the whole post. I know what they're gonna say. I don't need a history lesson. I don't need to go back in time. I don't need to talk about
Wait,
the time
but do
that
you think they do
cat was
that?
fucking Dro.
But do you think they do that to, I guess, maybe I don't know, maybe I guess maybe slight you because like for whatever reason that particular era a situation happened and it seemed like maybe some stuff the way you told it might have been for comedic effect or it might have been exactly the way you said it happened, but some people look at that as a slight to you that you struck out instead of you even you were at the batter's box with an opportunity to score. You see what I'm saying? Like you get
It's
you mentioned.
solely to
Yeah,
antagonize
I
him,
mean,
AP.
I
It's
don't
solely to
know. Here's
antagonize.
the
It's
thing,
solely to
AP. AP,
antagonize.
here's the thing, right? Molly was not the first or the last chick that I struck out with.
Mhm.
I don't know. So I don't know if it's a slight. I really feel like it's a way to jump into the conversation. You know how really you don't have nothing to bring to a conversation that's going on, and so
Mhm.
you try to make the conversation something else. That's how I see it, and it's not necessarily to me. It's anytime the IC get brought up. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Dog,
Anytime. I mean, they could be
I
talking
agree with
about.
you, Shy. I agree with you. I got
You know what I'm saying?
a
Yeah.
million exploits in IC that always get brought up in every argument on the ABW. And it's like the
Cat,
funny thing
like I'm
about it is
tired of
like
hearing about that shit.
and it's not even that I'm tired of hearing about it. It's just like it's just funny because it's like, you know what I mean, whenever I go back and forth with anybody on ABW, like their best shots are always shit from like, you know what I'm saying, 2015 and prior. You know what I'm saying? It's like it just gets old after a minute. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, I get it. I understand. I'm not a great person all the time. You know what I'm saying? So I get what you're saying, Shaw. I 100% understand. That Molly shit, yo, like it was a good moment for that moment, but like, yo, that can't be the only. If that's the only thing you can throw a shot to like shit on him, is like, yo, doing pretty fucking good.
Yeah, she was bad. But here's the thing, right? It's not even about the shitty shit. It's the good shit also. Like for real, it's either end of the spectrum. I'm personally tired of reminiscing on the IC, and it was a dope space, right? I think we can all agree to everybody that was on it. It was a hella dope space. I don't know if you'll ever see like that again in the history of the internet, but I don't like the good stories or the bad stories. To me, it's like retelling your high school stories over and over again. I'm
Oh,
not that
Al
nigga that talk
Bundy
about my
put
high
hot
school.
shit, huh?
Right, right.
You
Like
just don't want to
I
hear
don't
about
even
the
talk
IC
about my
no more.
time in the military. Yeah,
Yeah.
I for me when I shut down chapters of my life, it's over with. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's I just closed those doors. So those are my least favorite posts, and it's
Okay,
not
let's
all
just
the
do.
time. Again,
We'll just do least favorite right
go ahead.
now because you went on a whole rant. I agree though.
My
Even though
bad, yo.
I haven't been on the IC. It's kind of like you still living in the past. I mean, let's talk about what happened on
Mhm.
ABW a few years ago. Let's do that. I get
I,
Yep.
tired of seeing it, but like I said, I haven't been over there. But it's just like, okay, at first I get it. You reminiscing because it just happened, but it's kind of like, all right, now what? What's the excuse now? Why are we still talking about
I
Two
think
years removed.
right. I think for me the biggest issue seems to be that there are some people who can't separate that era. You know what I'm saying? Like it's even in rap, we have the bling bling era, we have the era, the snap music era. We can still reference those eras in all due respect for what they were, but it's not like we talking about that stuff today. Like it makes an impact in the music that's being made, right? So to bring that full circle, is if somebody is late to the party and they see, oh man, oh that's Shot City, and they bring them on, like it's one thing for somebody to kind of mention that offhanded, and you could kind of say, you or rather, for sure it was in jest, and Shot City may receive it as such, so he will respond accordingly. But it's another when, and it kind of goes back to the pie that we made a few days ago when I said when somebody's trying to say something funny about you or roast you, like let it be original. Like if you're gonna just keep telling the same joke and just repackaged it as something else, but it's the same joke at its core, that's not funny. You know what I'm saying? And I want to laugh. I want to laugh. I want to be in on it. I want to, laugh at myself or whatever. But it's like if your
Mhm.
default, if this is the only thing, if that's the only thing you have bad to say about Shy in that situation, how many of y'all would have even gone and just like I said, just even put yourself in the game? How many of y'all are just fine with just shouting from the rafters? Oh, you suck. You a bum. And but this man on the court. He's on the roster. He's playing. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. I guess you just got to look at it as like it's cool. And to me, I'm not as against it as Shy, but at the same time, I can see the annoyance and aggravation that it causes because it's like we keep it's like that abusive relationship. You keep saying you want to leave, but here you are. You want to keep trying to hope that somebody, they just gonna turn around and say, "Hey, I'm gonna stop hitting you. I'm gonna love on you," and I equate that to the IC, being just rebranded back, and everybody comes back, but that's just not what's happening. A lot of people have moved on, and when you have relationships with those people outside of that, and you see the kind of time that they're on, it makes it easier to accept that these people have just put this part of their life behind them. They moved on. Why can't you do the same?
So who's your least favorite?
Mm, the mega section. The
Damn,
mega section. Oh,
smut niggas.
let me hold on, man. Let me tell you, it's some cool cats in there, man. It's some cats, like I said a few pods ago. They come in, they get their smut, they meet their smut quota, they bounce. They don't cause no problems. They like ghosts in the night. They've been members since January 20, and only got 5 posts. You know what I'm saying? They come there to they get what they need and they gone. Then there's some other ones that's on really on some like party pooper shit, man. Like, dude, everybody up in here, they just trying to admire the smut. Here you come with your Debbie Downer shit, fucking up the vibe. Nobody trying to talk about that right now, Sharif. It's like you see, this is what dude was talking about. Here you come with some black mothers of the earth. We could have that conversation in another thread. This thread, not for that. Then you got the guys, you got the megas that hit you up, asking you all these weird ass fucking questions. Um, hey man, a dude whacked my post because of a chick I ain't like. You think you can remove that whack? Stop
Oh
PMing
wow.
me, man. Stop it, man. I'm tired of this shit. All
Damn.
right. I got real problems on the site that I'm tending to at any given moment. I don't need your smut woes. Okay. I don't need your smut woes. Talk
Okay.
to that man. Talk to that man. And if he don't like a chick you like, guess what? It's another one y'all probably both like. Dead that shit. Keep it smut. All right. Keep it
Oh,
smut.
And stop following us.
Don't, man. Yeah. Stop going back and forth. Stop tattletelling. Stop, whacking reporting the dude posts on some trippy shit. Cause I'm
Mm.
telling you, you report a nigga post on some childish shit, you getting banned, my nigga. So I hope it was
wow.
worth it. I hope it was worth it. Get your smut talk, meet your smut quota. Leave me out the shit. Don't PM me nothing about your smut, B.
All
I'm
right.
done. I'm done. I'm sorry, Candy.
So mega dudes, leave AP alone,
Please.
please.
The
All
cool
right.
cats, the cool cats, y'all know who y'all are. But the other dudes, don't PM me, B. Don't skate with me if you see me. Go that way. Go the other way. I'm
Okay.
sorry, Candy. I'm
Listen,
sorry.
I don't like any of the smut guys following me. I'm gonna be honest. If I never hit a conversation with you and I get come on our faces now following you, I get
Oh
irritated. Like I don't want to be a part of that group, yo. I don't want
wow.
niggas to think that's the type of time I'm on. I don't go in that thread. Like I'm not, it's enough admins and mods over there. Please don't. I don't listen. I don't want to be included in that group, guys. Sorry.
You over
Stop
there
being
too
weird,
much.
nigga.
You over there too much.
All
That's the
right.
problem.
So do you
I'm
have a
rarely.
least favorite poster?
I'm the only one that's gonna name names, I guess. Shit, niggas ain't naming names.
I named 6 people,
You ain't
like
no,
7.
nah. You said niggas that frequent IC, and you name me too.
And then
Fuck
I
it.
named your niggas, and you was
You
on the
name me
list.
too
So what are
though,
we
and
saying?
you know goddamn well I ain't one of your least favorite posters. Fuck out of here.
Nah,
Um,
you my guy.
my name is Deadeye. And it's nothing personal. I actually think I think Deadeye's a cool guy. I think Deadeye could be very, very likable, but he makes himself not likable. And like every time he makes non-likable posts, I just wish he would stop posting and stop existing. But at the same time, when he's not making those posts, he's pretty cool. But he makes posts I don't like more often. So if it was one person that could disappear forever and never come back, it would probably be Deadeye. But at the same time, he's still cool, so it's not personal. But just stop being an asshole, dog. Like, not even an asshole.
I mean, my li-
Just stop being like, that part of you that I don't like. Eliminate that shit. You know what I'm saying? Other than
you
that, he's
can't.
cool.
And my least favorite, I don't have a least favorite. I mean I do, but I tend to just like ignore my least favorite. So it's not like, not that they don't exist, they do exist, but I don't pay enough attention to even care to name them. So I don't really have a favorite. I just start paying more attention to the people that I do like.
So love isn't your least favorite right now.
No, I never had a problem with love. That's the crazy part. That's the crazy part of this whole thing. I never
I'm just
had a
saying least
problem with
favorite.
love.
You ain't necessarily got to like her posting.
No, because
Dude don't have a problem with
sometimes
Deadeye.
her posting was funny, but guess what? Love is no longer a member. She doesn't count.
Ooh,
Mm.
And
hey,
there's
hey,
nothing they
Candy,
can
that's
do
game.
about
That's the
it.
coldest part.
The
Um,
That's
coldest
ball
part.
game, Candy.
Yeah, I love
Good
that
shot.
whole like real talk, real talk, real talk.
Good shot.
I didn't talk that much on situation because Candy said the biggest mouthful. Like, yo, regardless of what happened, that whole love situation, regardless of how you feel about it, there's absolutely nothing anyone can do.
but sit on
Nothing.
the board and complain because that's all you're gonna
Nothing.
do.
And I took that stance with a lot of shit. Like, yo, at the end of the day, y'all really can't do shit. So,
Honestly, that's what it's always been. At the end of the day, all you're going to do is sit in this thread and complain. Then you're
right.
gonna
And we're
go
not
to
gonna get a
sleep.
riot.
Then
We
you're
get
gonna wake up.
a riot. We're gonna riot.
Exactly. That's what
Last
it's
time I
only
said
two
this,
options. You're gonna continue to complain, go to sleep, wake up, and keep on complaining until you're tired, or you're gonna complain, go to sleep, wake up like it's a new day, and like it never even happened. There is not. I mean, what? Why
about
would we have a riot on a farm? What does that look like? What does that
niggas
look
are
like?
dying. Like the world is going through some bullshit. Niggas is
You
like,
think people really care about a riot online? Like, oh, we're gonna
riot.
start a riot. What are you
Man,
gonna do? Burn down the PMs? Like, what are you gonna do?
we're riot.
I'm confused. What you
Love
gonna do?
band. It's in the world. Like,
Spam the threads? Oh, we're so scared. Like, I don't. What are you gonna do? You're not gonna do anything. You're gonna continue to type on this form, hit enter, and engage. That's what you're gonna continue to do. We don't have to explain nothing that we do to you. As long as we got the clip from the person we got to get the clip from, or even if that,
uh-huh.
we ain't got to explain nothing to you.
What?
So my least favorite, let me tell you, my least favorite posters are the people who really think they gonna do something like that.
What?
What that this on there like, oh well, we gonna do it, do it.
Talk
Stop talking and do it.
You did.
That's my least favorite.
You
My
did.
least favorite posters are the people who be trying to act like they tough and they about to do something, knowing good and damn well they ain't
what
about to
they
do nothing
gonna do shit.
but
What they
sit on their
gonna do
phone with their
shit.
thumbs or sit in front of their computers with their fingertips and keep doing what they've been doing, typing and complaining. Now we're gonna move to our favorite, and then
Boom,
we're gonna wrap
boom,
this
boom,
up.
boom,
Who is your
boom,
favorite
boom.
poster? I guess you could say right now, because my favorite changes. Well, no, I'm lying. No, I don't.
I think you're right. My favorite changes just depending on what's going on. Pretty much whoever's the livest is my favorite right now. Overall, one of my favorite posters is Jern, but he been kind of asleep the last few days. So, well, he either been asleep or I really ain't been. My favorite person today, I would say, again, would be Thor, Dwayne, whatever name he decided to go by. Since he got Village Idiot of the Week, he's been on the road to me. And I've been enjoying his posts. The serious ones, um, condolences to him for losing his aunt. His funny ones, I log on to see what he gonna write. And tomorrow that may change, but today he got my attention. No homo.
AP.
Yo,
That nigga sleep.
no man, y'all get me? Y'all got me?
Yes, we can
All
hear
Yeah.
right,
you.
yeah. I don't know what the hell Shy talking about, man. Nigga, man. All right, he woke on one pod. Now you want to pop shit. Anyway, so I think for me, like y'all said, mind changes. I definitely want to give some shine to the brother Mister. He's everywhere. He used to be primarily in the sports bar in the basketball thread. But the brother, I think from the little that I recall about his story, he is he was going to be an attorney, or he looked into being an attorney. Took some classes, something I don't know. The brother is very articulate, regardless of the topic. He can definitely get his message across in a myriad of ways. Um, he I would debate if we started up the ABW debates again. I would definitely try to pick him to be on my team. But just overall, um, just from what I guess you're able to tell about somebody online, seems like a really cool guy that is always up to challenge the majority opinion in the room, or just to kind of give a different perspective. So I'll give it to Mister, and that's Mister, Mister. So shout out to Mister.
All right, dude.
That
Me,
nigga sleep.
I'm my favorite poster. I've always been my favorite poster. I'll always continue to be my favorite poster. I think I'm hilarious. I make myself laugh. I post in the threads I like the best. I have the conversations I like the best. So whenever I come to a site, I technically look for the shit that I want to do, and I'm very, very self-involved. And I think I'm my favorite poster.
Candy. Before we head out, I know
I
we
didn't
did
even
this.
get to answer.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Go
He
ahead. Go
stay
ahead.
trying
You
to
stay
cut you off.
rushing
That's three
You
somebody.
times.
always do that shit, yo.
I
You
told him
always
that
do
nigga trying to
that
go to
shit,
sleep.
nigga. All right, go ahead, bro. Go ahead. Go
Why
ahead.
you
My
mad at
favorite
me?
is obvious, but I'm not even gonna say that person. My favorite person as of now, I'm gonna just say as of late, because it does switch. I mean, because I got like my one permanent person, but then it switches after that. And I'm gonna give it to Black Rain only because I ain't never really seen him around. Like I remember seeing his name, but I have been seeing him
Sergeant
a
brother.
lot lately and reading his posts, and he be cracking me up. Like he's been cracking me up, and I don't know where he came from. To me, like y'all been on there probably with him, but to me, he came out the blue, and I'm like,
Yeah.
who's this guy? I ain't never seen him before in like the cool table and stuff like that. So my favorite poster right now is Black Rain, especially these last few days. I be looking forward to reading. Like I'm like, don't ever come in this thread because I want to know. Because his point of view be funny as hell to me. So Black Rain, you're my favorite right now. Tomorrow
Very
you
smart
might
brother.
not be.
Good one.
Live with
Very
it.
intelligent brother.
Candy. I want to
Mhm.
take a minute. We did we did this the last segment, and it was pretty cool. I'm on the current the current visitors list. I just want to shout out a couple people when we get to
Oh,
wind this down. Shout out to Taco Jenkins. Uh, shout, shout out to that king. Right now, he's viewing the candy shop. Hey, man, aren't we all?
of
Um,
course.
Shout out to Never Lose by 5, because you could lose by 6. Um, Shout
Wait,
out to
that's the
that.
whole name?
Never Lose by 5, the number 5.
Oh, I thought you
Shout out.
could, cause you could lose by 6. I thought that was part of it too.
Oh, no,
God,
no, 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 no. Because, I mean, you could be losing by 6. But,
what for?
oh,
It's a
four.
Or four.
football
Shit.
analogy. It's a football analogy.
Don't lose by. So was that a extra point? I mean, a 3-point try and a field and a safety.
Never lose by 5. Go for the touchdown, nigga.
Oh, I don't understand football.
Go for
Yeah.
6
Yeah.
points.
You
Uh.
have to. You have to.
Okay.
Hey,
You can't settle
you
for
don't
a
lose
three. You
by
got to.
5. You go for Hail Mary. It's a great
Shout out.
name.
Shout,
I
Referee.
get it.
shout out. Shout out to BBC King. Look, looking at the Aylin
Mm-mm.
Alvarez thread. All right, brother. Keep it
You
smut.
know what type of time he on.
Shout out to
Mm.
Mister Meeseeks. Um, he's in the currently viewing the mega thread. Keep it smut, player.
What's it? Wait, what's his name?
Reed Juice.
Mister Me Seeks
Rick and
Seeks.
Morty. It's a Rick and Morty
I don't
reference.
even know what
Oh,
that
is
Hey,
it?
means.
that's a germs alias. On
That's
my
a Rick
mama.
and
Check
Morty
his
alias.
AP. That's a germs
We
alias.
found you,
On
Germs.
my mama.
We
Oh
found you.
boy. You can smut
Yo,
under your own name, B.
Oh
You
man,
ain't gotta
Germs.
come up
Wow.
with a
Oh, we
whole new
breaking
name.
news. Breaking news on the you, me, him, and her mailbag. This not the mailbag.
Wow.
Yeah, the mailbag pod. Germs alias. We found you in the candy shop, B. Mister Me Seeks.
Smutting it up.
Smutting it
Smutting
up.
it up.
so you see that one?
Who?
Diarrhea
Diarrhea
juice.
juice.
No.
You don't see that one? It's right next to Mr. Meesey.
Oh no, it's not
Listen,
next to the.
I'm I'm
It's diarrhea juice.
I'm doing the list that's more
Jangalang,
vertical.
jangalang.
Jangling, jangling. Shout out to Jangling, Jangling. Shout out to Johnny Topside. I guess it's better than being on the bottom. I don't know about that. So shout out to that young man. Deep down. All right. Enough said. Another he looking at the local thoughts of the day. See, black Danny Tanner. Because the white Danny Tanner sold all us out, man.
Jangalang, jangalang say he is a porn specialist, semi-retired.
Shout out
Dang,
to
James.
shout out to the fundraiser. You're currently looking at Ravi Loso's thread. Shout out to the fundraiser. You need to hit us up. We looking for donators. B.
I'm mad he had to go
There
change
he
to
is.
look at
Hold
Smoke.
on, Shy. He's back. He's back. Your stepdad. Player, what's up? What's up, brother? Oh man, what are the
He
odds?
excited.
What's man? You don't come across that screen name and don't get excited. Your stepdad.
Hey, it's midnight. It's the magic hour.
Hey man,
It's that
listen.
time for him.
He reading up on Pusha T. Reportedly find shots at Drake and a missing
Well,
Pop
good.
Smoke
He ain't
song.
in a freak thread.
Yeah, Derek
Good look.
Derek
Good
Jenkins.
look.
Hey man, your whole name, huh, brother? Derek Jenkins. All
That's how I found my coworker. He had his whole name on it. I was like, wait a minute, I don't work with somebody
right.
with that name.
Shout out to
Redo,
Matt
bro.
Jervey.
Redo.
That boy crazy. DATBOY crazy. In the mega thread. You
God
already
damn.
know how to keep it. I ain't gonna even say it.
God damn.
Uh, and I'm rolling up on page 21. All
Oh,
right, so
we
no
not
fifth.
fit to go through all thousand of pages. Shout out to
Nah.
y'all with these crazy names. If we see you next time, we will say your crazy name next time. Diarrhea juice, you have won for me.
we go we gonna add diarrhea juice in the morning and see what kind of time he on,
Oh,
man.
and then who's the guy that Goldie said shout out Tommy's coworker? Shout
Yeah,
out to you.
Oh
yeah,
Let
yeah.
us know where he
What
works.
up, Tommy?
yeah, man.
What
That's
up,
your
bro?
boy AP. I'm signing off. I ain't got nothing. I ain't got no juice for you right now, but keep it smut.
Yeah, what he said.
Yeah.